So today we're making something from the Disney Parks cookbook, and it's from the Animal Kingdom Lodge inspired, where I stayed at recently. It was totally awesome, by the way. Absolutely loved it. Anyway, it's called Spicy Durban-Style Chicken, and I did not see this when I was there, unfortunately, but there's kind of a picture of it. So this is a chicken that's kind of got some flavors of Africa and a few other things in it. It's got a lot of spices in it. So there's things like cardamom pods, which I've never used before, whole cumin seeds, ancho chili, chili powder, madras curry powder, turmeric. So there's a lot of variety of spices that's going to go into that. So we're going to make some of these spices, and then we're going to have the chicken, and then we're going to make the sauce and kind of put it all together and serve it over rice. So step one, I have these spices in my skillet that I just need to saute until they're lightly browned, about 3 to 4 minutes. There's a bay leaf, there is some green cardamom pods, whole cumin seeds, and yeah. And there was supposed to be star anise, but I've been very adamant about how much I dislike that spice, so I skipped it. The spices that I sauteed earlier, I ground into a fine powder, and then I added some more spices, and here's just kind of a sneak peek of the few ones that I added here. A couple of these were new for me to cook with. And I'm going to toast these for just a couple of minutes in this skillet until they're fragrant, and then I'm going to set them aside. Here I have some canola oil that I'm heating in a skillet over medium heat, and I'm taking some diced up chicken thighs and I'm putting them in the pan. I'm supposed to cook these until they're done, about 8 to 10 minutes, and then I'll remove them from the pan. Now the chicken's done, I am taking it out of the pan and putting this container to keep warm. Now I'm draining the chicken juice into my strainer. And now I'm adding to the pan some onions and jalapeno that I'm going to saute for a few minutes. Some more ingredients such as fresh ginger and some garlic. Now I'm adding in that spice mixture I made before to the pan. I'm using my spatula to give it a good stir so that everything is nice and coated with the spices. Next, I am starting to add my crushed tomatoes, and these I just bought in a can, juice and all. They go into the dish. Now it's time to add the cooked chicken back into the pan and give it a good stir till everything is nice and coated. Finally, I'm adding some water to the pan. I'll mix it up well. I'll reduce the heat and let everything simmer for about 10 to 12 minutes until the sauce starts to thicken. Here the dish is done, and it'll be served over basmati rice. Review time. It was actually really tasty. It had really nice flavors to it, and the spice. I was worried that maybe it'd be too spicy, but I didn't think it was too bad. If you don't like a lot of spices, this might not be for you, but I didn't think the heat in it was that bad, so it was very tolerable. It did build a little bit over time, but still, it was a really nice, pleasant dish. A lot of tomato sauce heavy, but it worked really well with the rice. It had really great flavors. It smelled fantastic. Like the seeds and stuff, like the spices as I was making them and roasting them just smelled fantastic. And so yeah, it was a pretty tasty dish that me and my husband both enjoyed. So let's get into the rankings and the reviews. And the first is the ingredients on a scale of 1 to 5 on how easy or expensive they are to find. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. So I'm gonna kind of put it a little bit above slightly high. A few of these things were, they weren't spices I had every day. I'm just kind of looking at it again here. There was the cardamom pods, the ancho chili powder, the madras powder. Like those are spices I don't have, so I had to go out and purchase them. So I had a little bit of money involved with that. And so, some of the other stuff wasn't hard to find, onion, jalapeno, chicken, all of that. That's all relatively easy to find. But yeah, just the spices and stuff were a little bit harder to find, a little bit more expensive. That's why I'm rating it that 3.5. Difficulty level, I'm going to put it right in the middle at like a 2.5. There's a little bit more time involved because you got to, roast the spices and then grind them and then put everything together, and then there's different layers to it. So it wasn't super complicated. It was a little bit more time consuming. So that's what I'm going to give it like a 2.5. But I do think it's easy and doable. And then would I make this again on a scale of 1 to 5? I'm going to give it a 4, which means that, yeah, I will definitely make it again. It's probably not going to be something that I make often, but it's something that I enjoyed enough that I definitely will make it again someday.